1st. So feel free to grab a screenshot of this. If for whatever reason you can't grab it and you need more information, I'll drop my email in the chat. Everybody's welcome to reach out to me. Let's go ahead and move to the next slide, Sherman.
Okay.
If you are a direct bill partner, your support costs are going up, not down, okay? For some of you, it could be nominal. For others, it's going to be substantial. You could jump from 20,000 to 70. You could jump from 70 to 200, okay? If any of this on the screen right now seems unclear, or this is the first time you've heard of it, please feel free to reach out to me. Happy to take 30 minutes free and just kind of walk through how this could impact you as a direct bill partner. I'm also going to drop 3 things in the chat. Number 1, there is a link to MCAPS. MCAPS is July 22nd, okay? That is when Microsoft releases updates to the partner program. We will see updates to designations, specializations, and incentives. If you're unable to make that date and you want to know if any of those changes affect you, you're welcome to reach out. CoPilot has 3-year terms now available for any of your customers who are excited about CoPilot and worried about price. They do have an option to lock in today's price long term. Lastly, there are some Azure VM series that are being retired as far as reserved instances go. So customers are no longer going to be able to reserve instances on certain series. That's going to start July 1st. Customers who already have the series listed in that message, they're good until that renewal date. After that, though, if nothing has changed, their price is going to go pay-go. So definitely get with your customers who are consuming a lot of Azure, position them, help them save money, so that way you can keep on being the great CSP that you are for them. So with that, I'll throw it back to you, Sherman.
All right, thank you very much. Really appreciate it, David. We're going to go ahead and launch a poll really quickly. We had some interest. Some partners were asking us last month, how do we get a hold of you to talk about this? If you want to actually talk with David directly on some of the latest updates, we're kind of providing it gratis to the folks that are coming here. So go ahead and answer the poll. Yes, I'd like to be contacted. David and Andres and Josh will just reach out to you. Once again, it is gratis. We're just trying to help out the community with that being said. All right, let's get into our speaker intro today. Because I really want to get into. We got a really packed agenda here. First, I'd like to introduce you to Sanju Nair from Microsoft. Sanju, thank you so much for coming. First and foremost, really appreciate it. I know that you're really busy. You've given us this time and effort. Would you mind introducing yourself, your role, and frankly, kind of where did it all start? Where's the human factor of this? Like, what turns you into this juggernaut that is at Microsoft?
Not sure if I am one, but thank you, Sherman. And folks, it's great to be here on a Friday morning, Seattle time as of now. But I'm Sanju. I lead our partner marketing efforts for AIBS. When I say AIBS, it's our AI business solution area, right? So that cuts across CoPilot, biz apps, and all those good things. How did I get to this role here at Microsoft? I'll just tell you, I think I'm curious. That's pretty much it. So curiosity is what kind of led me here. I started being a techie, like hands-on coding. That's where that's what I did my bachelor's in. I started my career with music. So I don't play, but I was kind of someone who used to run, promote bands, run the rock shows scene back in my city. And I started my gig first with Universal Music, and that was on the marketing side. And then I kind of fell in love with the marketing aspect of things, product, all those things. And then I again fell back in love with technology and the marketing angle of going to market with tech. Got a little more curious, and that's how I kind of landed back into the world of tech. So that's pretty much it. That's been my journey. But like I said, I'm based out of Seattle. I work with a few partners, and make sure that they have all the help that they need from a go-to-market perspective. So that's what I focus on. So for partners to have those campaigns in the market, making sure that we are hitting the right notes around AI, helping them run those campaigns, bringing those customer signals in, all those good things. So that's where my expertise lie, and that's what I help my partners with. So if you have any questions around go to market, feel free to connect with me here on LinkedIn, wherever. But yes, in case of so two things. I've been on a lot of these calls, Sherman. I just want to bring this up. If you have any deep licensing questions, probably I'm not the right guy. If you are like, Sanju, I just deployed this and the tenant is not working, I have these three, not me. Marketing, go to market, absolutely. Right. I'm here to help. If not on this call, please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. I will be more than happy to help you. So that's pretty much me. So that was a quick hello.
Thank you very much. Now, I guess I kind of glossed a little bit over, rules of engagement here. If you don't want to be recorded, your name, in the chat window, please leave. We'll send you, the recording, afterwards. Number two, please ask questions inside of the chat window. It's really important. We want to make sure. I have a team that's actually on here. We're going to go ahead and answer typically the level 100, 200s. If there's something that we can get over to Sanju and fit in the time frame, we're going to be asking Sanju. Now, if we cannot get to your question, so no question is unimportant to us. If we can't get to your question, what we're going to do at the conclusion of this session is actually look at any question that was asked inside of the chat window and actually come up with a curated response to that. It'll be approved by Sanju before it comes out to you. So, hey, every question, please go ahead and do that. Next, the polling piece of it. We don't show names, record names. We don't really care who does this, but we have 2 or 3 other polls that we will be putting up there, and they're usually just to accentuate what's going on. So I think what I'd like to do is actually do our first poll now. Richard, if you can, go ahead and do our first one. This is kind of set the stage, I think, for what we're trying to do here. Let me go ahead and get over to it. And I think the first poll that we want to understand is, what best describes your Microsoft's partner use of AI agents today? Go ahead and just kind of curious, right? What would you say there? So, we're actually, okay, look at that, CoPilot plus AI agents. So we gotten 5 people who voted for that. Microsoft CoPilot, okay, very good. Only this one, CoPilot, okay, not actively using. We got some people there. Oh, look, great. Thanks everybody for voting. This is really good because this kind of gives us an idea of what people are actually doing, right, in the market. And this kind of helps shape, what some of our answers, right, that we want to do that. All right. So while we're doing that, let's just go straight into, our questions, really. I think that'd be good. And so, for partner, Sanju, so for partners that are in the room, okay, what is Microsoft Copilot really? And how should they explain it to a customer in 1 minute? There's a lot of confusion, I think, with all this freemium stuff and all that. So please, what would your thoughts be on that?
Yeah, so I would say first and foremost, if you're being timed, ask for more time. Cannot be, you cannot just explain in a minute. But Copilot is your AI within your ERP, within your system, within your CRM, within your Microsoft 365 ecosystem, pretty much. All right, so it's the AI that touches your data. It turns your natural language into real work. It's grounded in your business data. It's governed by your security. So I would say within a minute, if you were really going to go and say, hey, try and explain this to a customer, to a live audience, that is your Copilot, is your AI help, your AI assistant, which is built into those apps that I said, like your employees, your team, your people are already using, right? So they are using Word, they are using Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Teams, right? So it helps you do those actions within those apps, right? So when I say actions, you have you're drafting emails, you're summarizing content. There might be an email that you get, which has in the thread 15, 20 interactions. You don't really have the time to go through all of that anymore, right? So summarizing that, and then analyzing your data, right? So pretty much open an Excel. And I was just telling Sherman that, I'm going to be brave today. And towards the end, after our chat, I will go live and show you a demo, right? So I will open up an Excel and I'll show you what CoPilot can actually do, right? So it does a lot of those actions, a lot of those things that otherwise your team or you would have spent a lot of time doing, right? So that's simply what CoPilot does. So I can tell you one more thing. What makes it really, really enterprise ready isn't just the AI, right? It's how it works. It's like I said, it's grounded in that content, right? It's grounded with the Microsoft graph that the company, the organization, your customer, your business, right? It's your data, and it respects all of those identity permission model that your organization is already running on. So if you look at those two things, right? Our product, CoPilot, is something that your business, your customer's business, has already found trust in, right? So that is CoPilot. I know it was more than a minute or two, Sherman, but I just want to make sure that we set that context.
I appreciate that. No, that's really good. That's really good. I think it's, being able to be concise about this, and also, just kind of diving into our next question. A lot of partners, I talked to this partner just yesterday, and he's like, I went through a local distributor, I went through their AI readiness program. I'm really trying to figure out, and they keep telling us that we need to sell more CoPilot and sell more AI. He goes, but I need to figure out, like, what am I selling? What am I, what is my go-to-market motion? What am I doing? What am I, and then what are my margins and all these things? There's a little bit of confusion out there. They're trying to figure it out. So I think us trying to get that, kind of squared away, and it kind of like, as far as GTM. So let's talk partner GTM here, go-to-market, right? What should, and I think this would be really cool for everybody here, because this is stuff that we need to know, is what should every partner do in their first 30 days to create a repeatable CoPilot pipeline, in your opinion?
Yeah. So again, good question. I would say keep it very simple to begin with, right? Just to your point, like Shraman, there are a lot of channels and avenues that you can get into as you're setting up your CoPilot or building your CoPilot practice, pipe, what have you, right? The engine, pretty much. So I would say keep it very simple. First 30 days, I would say first you pick a few roles, narrow it down, right? So that you can lead with select roles that can help your go-to-market strategy, your go-to-market execution with your customers, right? It can be sales, finance, HR, customer service, pick whatever. And then based on that, build a scenario. And this is what I'm seeing with a lot of our partners, right? You build that scenario-based proof of value, right? So you have those before and after scenarios, right? So how are you helping that 2 or 3 roles that you have picked? How does CoPilot, how does AI help your customers' sales arm? How does it help their customer service branch, right? So you have those before and after, views created as well. And then get into, I would say, a 2-step motion in a way. First is going to be where you align with the execs, right? So you have that briefing with the execs, with the decision makers at your customer, and then straight away get into that immersion, right? We have, Microsoft has something called as immersion briefings, right? We have our engagements. You might love them, you might not be a fan of it, whatever, but you should have your own engine wherein you are running those immersive experiences for your customers, right? So that pilot with a clear next step saying, hey, this is what it looks like. And finally, I would say also capture some proof points, right? So what are those baseline pain points, right? And then once they start using it, right, what kind of time have they saved? What kind of what's that business processes that have been shaped better because of CoPilot? So all of those things put together, right? I think the partners who win don't just kind of go and run demos on CoPilot. They run this repeatable engine, a system that can change curiosity. It can convert curiosity into a pipeline. So simple, keep it simple, and of course it has to be like a repeatable offering. That's what I would say.
So, and Kurt, this is we're going a little off because what you said kind of got me thinking a little bit here. So I'm just curious what you think or what your response is. The way I look at it is I think partners should look at their top 30 clients that they currently have, top 30, or categorize them actually into industry. So take your 100 clients you got, top 30, put them in your top industry. So then you already know, you're already servicing this industry. So you probably have a good amount of knowledge about it, right? So I would then take that industry and then I would look at departments within that industry. Then I would think, okay, my first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pitch a SharePoint cleanup for that particular department in that industry, because we all know we can't unleash CoPilot on information from 1999. Then figure out a repeatable process utilizing the CoPilot AI Foundry or however we want to do an agent, and then building something that has a micro, a medium, and a large offering. Because you don't know those different departments for different companies in different industries will have. But I was thinking something along those lines. And you keep it simple and you go after something, it's repeatable. Is that in line with kind of what you're talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. So Sherman, like I kind of did a double click into that because the partners that I talked to, like I'm sure that the partners you are in touch with, they have that one or two industries that they master in, right? So that's already taken care of. But to your point, yes, start there. Who are your cohorts of customers, right? Where do they live? Which is that industry of choice? What's that industry pain point? What's that problem statement that can be solved with CoPilot, with agents, right? That's where you start. And then, of course, you do that double click saying, all right, within that customer, which are the teams, which are the roles that really, really, really matter, right? That's where you start. Which are those business processes that are crucial to the business, to the customer? That is what you would automate, right? That's where the real value is.
Okay, that's good. Just before I get to the next question, I do want to call out Brian Long. Actually, just put his information in the chat window with Maven Collective Marketing. We used to be in the marketing business, but we got out of it. And I just want to give a shout out to Brian. I've known them for 12 years. Probably one of the premier marketing firms, I think, for managed service providers, IT, SIs. If you are looking to extend or go to market, please, contact information is in the window. We're actually going to have him on as a guest later down the road, but just wanted to do that. So going back to our questions here, we kind of talked a little bit about the go to market, kind of what they should do. What would you say? How do agents fit into the CoPilot conversation? Because everyone's hearing agent. Gotta have agents. Gotta do agents. From your perspective, where does it fit in?
Extremely important, crucial. When you talk AI, you talk agents, right? So one of the sessions that I was in, and I kind of presented this view. When you look at the AI maturity curve, it comes in, or even the spectrum, it comes in phases, right? Your customer, your business is going to be in one of those phases. There might be someone who's phase one, let's call it phase one. They're just looking at adopting AI, right? And then in the midpoint is where they have started utilizing, adopting CoPilot. So CoPilot has gone into the mix of their employees and their processes. And then phase three, and that's where I'm seeing a lot of customers now, right? A lot of them actually. That's where your employees are now buddying with agents. So agents, I think, is extremely crucial when it comes to making sure that your customers, get that ROI on their AI investments. And there's this one stat I remember from that session. So it was an IDC study. So they said they forecasted 1.3 billion agents will exist by 2028, right? So imagine that's 1.3 billion in the next 2 years. Now, when you look at that, and I think we have roughly around 1.4 or 1.5 billion knowledge workers today across the globe. What we are saying is for every single employee, there will be an agent, right? So it's not replacing, it is working hand in glove with their workforce, right? So agents are real, agents are here. I use agents on a daily basis, and I cannot now imagine a day without working with one. So, and when you look at agents from an enterprise perspective, Shravan, I would say they pretty much do two things, right? They use the enterprise knowledge that your business has, which all of us in our individual capacity would never be able to digest, right? So agents can. So they cut across your graph. They have access to all the data, and then they take action across systems. They are not just your AI assistants, right? I think one more thing is, Shravan, just going back to when we look at, do our customers understand CoPilot? Yes, they do. What's that line? What's the difference between CoPilot and agents? When do you use an agent, right? As opposed to CoPilot. We have to go back to those kind of basics as well. Agents are not assistants. Agents are here to do work for you in the background. So the agent is not waiting for you to query or to ask it a question and where you wait for the answer. No, you go in, you tell the agent, this is what I want done, and you exit, right? You go back to what you were doing. Agent will run that action across systems, right? It will access your Outlook. It will access your Excel. It will do everything for you in the background. So I think that makes the role of that agents so important that I cannot imagine if I were to work without my agents that I pinned onto my panel today, right? So yeah, and again, as you know, I'm not trying to plug Microsoft in. This is, of course, we are talking about CoPilot, but Microsoft has our agent platform as well. All right. So I don't know if you had the chance to look at our 2026 release wave as well for Studio. We are making it easier for our customers, for you, for partners, to go create and operate agents, right? So you can go build those agents. You can extend agents built in M365 Copilot, add new knowledge types, better tools, richer tools, and support as well. So I think it's all enterprise ready, Shravan, and I think our partner monetization path is pretty much going to be on agents, will be around package agents by, like you said, industry, right? So for this industry, which are those two or three pain points that our agents can help address? And that's how I think monetization will also kick in for partners.
A couple of questions. So David had David Swenson had a question. David, so that may be a little bit longer one, so we'll make sure that we do answer that one a little bit later on, or with a response directly to you. Alex had a question, and I'll give a response. As a business owner, I'm an owner of a company. I've got employees. We lost our marketing person back in November. She had a second baby, and she just decided that she just wanted to leave. And we had her for 4 years, right? And we loved her. She's great, and I'd hire her in a second. However, at first we were all like, "Oh gosh, we got all this marketing work to do." And frankly, and if you are somebody in marketing, put your earmuffs on, okay, for a second. We're using the agents in AI for probably about 85% of her work. Andres just showed me, he's like, "Oh, hey, check out this incredible flyer I just had CoPilot make for me." Not flyer, but we do supporting work for our partners. So we have to get their information. We have to get, help them with how to go into marketplace offers, that kind of stuff. And it was just incredible. And that's a real world tangible thing, that's there. Now it'll get more process driven as we go, but that is a tangible thing that I saw with that. All right, so kind of moving on here. This is one thing I hear a lot about, and I was just at a recent conference, actually, a distributor conference. So I was meeting with partners just left, right, and center, and I was asking them, "Hey, are you selling more CoPilot?" And they're like, "Well, we are. However, we're running into something that seems to be pretty prevalent. We're running into this question of, well, why do I want to pay $20, $30, $40, $50 a month, depending on what SKUs and whatever, for CoPilot when I can just go get it for free?" And then, or they're saying this, not maybe the person that the partner is talking to, but their employees are not maybe using CoPilot because they're like, "Oh, I'll just use ChatGPT, or I'll use this." So bringing that into just kind of understanding that, how should partners position CoPilot against the question, isn't this just ChatGPT, and why CoPilot versus Gemini versus GPT? Can you give us some thoughts on that?
Yeah. So again, I hear you, Sherman. I get those questions all the time.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to share is my point of view, my opinion. ChatGPT, great AI tool, awesome. Showing ads now, awesome, great. It will show you ads. I don't like it personally, but CoPilot, like I said, is the enterprise AI, right? When you look at business, when you look at a customer, when you look at someone who is using Microsoft tools, I would say CoPilot is the AI that's designed to operationalize those processes within your Microsoft 365 touchpoint, right? With your identity, your permissions, your models, your compliance models. So I would actually talk to those 5 differentiators that we kind of go to market with. Microsoft goes to market with, and I'm assuming some of you would have already seen those. First is the work IQ, right? So fundamentally, the business data access, right? So it's personalized to you. It is personalized to your organization's data, and it's pinned to the Microsoft Graph. So the work IQ is a huge differentiator, right? I think if you just do this whenever you get the chance to, open ChatGPT, open any other tool, and from a work perspective, if you were to ask it questions, right, do the same thing with CoPilot, and you'll be able to see the difference between the 2 responses that you receive from these 2 tools, right? So I would say one is a very, very connector oriented approach, and the other one, CoPilot, is native. It lies within your business data. We have made sure that there is no context switching. So that's that. I would also call out how agentic CoPilot is, right? So it's integrated in the flow, getting real work done on your behalf. Again, there is no context switching. We are multi-model. We are not in the model game at all, right? Whilst CoPilot will choose and pick the right model, we also give you the flexibility to choose whatever you would want, right? You can see those models when you open CoPilot. The best model for the job is automatically selected by us, by CoPilot.
Okay.
You also have the agent, like I said, Shraman, the platform to build agents, right? So that you can build the right agent for your team. We've given you those tools, and I would say the final piece would be security. Think
Yes.
about it, like how many AI providers would you sign an enterprise agreement with? You've done that with Microsoft. You know that Microsoft is as secure as security can get, right? So, and our statement is very clear. We do not use your prompts. We have published this, by the way, right? You go to our website, you will see that in bold. We do not use your prompts, your responses, your business data, the graph access data to train any of our foundational models for Copilot, right? We do not do that. So we are not really debating models at this point. I would say it's. I would actually ask. I would ask you, or I would have partners ask their customers, right? Questions like, where does your workforce already work? Are you a Microsoft shop? When I say Microsoft shop, I'm sure 8, 9, or even 10 out of 10 of your customers would be using Microsoft, right? They will be on Outlook. They will be using Teams, PowerPoint, Excel, Word. If the answer is yes, then Microsoft 365 Copilot is your choice because it meets your employees, your users in the flow of work. Do you need answers? Do you need support grounded with your content, with the business content? Do you want do you want the exact governed access that you already have in place? If the answer is yes, Copilot is your choice. It's built around, like I said, the Microsoft Graph permission model. All right. And finally, just on security, I would say, we provide conditional access, MFAs. I think Google lacks key enterprise grade capabilities, identity capabilities, and they also offer lighter endpoint management with, I think, very limited controls. And of course, they will require third-party tools. So there is, I would not even say there is comparison. If you want like an AI tool to check if your the weed in your lawn is going to die with the use of bleach, yes, go use one of those. It can help you. But if you really want to want to help with your work, I think Copilot is the answer, and it's my opinion. I'm just sharing my personal point of view.
I would also add this. If I was in a conversation with a customer and they were like, "Yeah, why should I pay this?" I would then, now this is coming not from Microsoft. This is coming from feet on the street. So this is not the opinion of Microsoft or any other manufacturer. How I would approach it, I would say, "Hey, okay, sure, I'll answer that. However, I got a quick question for you." And they'll say, "Well, what is it?" I said, "Do you have competitors?" And okay, 100% of 100% are going to say, "Oh yeah, I do." I go, "Okay, do you know what public and private domain is?" And they'll say, "Well, kind of, but I don't know." And you explain to them what public domain and private domain, and just imagine this. Just think of the data and information leakage. If you have, 10 departments out there, they're working on proposals and they're using ChatGPT. Well, all that company information that really should be ring fenced inside of your organization is now public domain. Okay, it is being used to train and to answer models that are out there. So I would say, hey, do you want to keep your information private and secure? Well, then you got to use a professional grade, enterprise grade scenario. And frankly, you got to lock out all the other domains. And I would use fear, uncertainty, and doubt when you're talking to a client and be like, do you realize? I mean, this is a security concern. that we have here, right? So I would do that. Now, Matthew, I think we're going to park the work IQ question till a little bit later when we have a little bit extra time. So I want to allow Sanju to talk a little.
Yeah, can I just come in real quick on the last point you said, right? Just adding on to that security piece, because I think it's very crucial for partners when they go talk to customers as well. Shadow AI, it is as scary as it can get today, right? Everyone's using multiple AI tools. To your point, like third-party AI tools have kind of crept in, right? So employees are using these kind of tools randomly. There is absolutely no governance anymore. That's where Agent 365, right, that we have as a platform also kicks in. Right, we want to make sure that our customers, when you have CoPilot, you are also in control of which agents are your employees using, right? So through Agent 365, you get that view as well. So Microsoft, right? At Microsoft, we are thinking of security day in, day out. Like, what can go wrong, right? So all of those, we don't cut corners like that. So there is that offering that we have built, that we have pretty much, it went GA on the 1st of May, Agent 365. And that kind of helps you with these shadow AI risk as well. So I just wanted to call that out, Sherman. It's a great point.
Now, I know our next question had to do with security. Do you want to go to our, because I know we just kind of touched on that. I don't know if you want to talk about this. I think
I mean, security it's just that, right? Saying, making sure that the partners understand, the customers understand the Microsoft value prop, right? CoPilot, you have as a customer, if you have M365, if you have our Office suite, CoPilot inherits identity and permissions, right? It will only surface what the user already has access to. And that is, I think, Shraman, that is a big hook. That's a great point, right? And of course, like I said, we do not use prompts or responses to go train, the foundational models for CoPilot. So from a security perspective, I think there is absolutely no doubt that CoPilot is by far the safest choice for any customer.
Okay. Now, guys, or members of the group that are here, Voice of Microsoft Partner is not a commercial for Microsoft. It's about solving the problems and being able to go to market and understanding how to do that, right? And for us to talk about it. And I really do appreciate all the extra questions that we have here on the right side. It shows that we're kind of engaged. And that's what we're trying to do here. I view a lot of the stuff that we do as kind of translating stuff, like how do we kind of get it and look at it from a couple different perspectives? So this is a great question, guys, for everybody here, for partners delivering services. Now, this is a good one. What does a repeatable engagement look like from envisioning to deployment? Tell us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think, great question. Again, when we look at end to end, right, what does that repeatable offering or engagement look like? I would say probably 3 phases. The first one being alignment, right? So first and foremost, you need to align on where CoPilot can actually help. And goes back to our discussion on, right, the previous question, the response that we had back and forth, that Sherman had asked, what is that process? What is that role? What's that function? What's that industry, right, that I'm going to pick as a partner? How can I help my customers there? So that alignment needs to be the first step when you look at a repeatable engagement that you can build. Second, narrow down to that small pilot, right? So you have to prove it with a very small pilot around a few crystal clear scenarios, right? So within this industry, within this segment, I'm going to talk about these 3 scenarios. That's what you would want to pilot with. And then Once you have that, you roll it out with the proper enablement. Trust me, I've been in conversations where customers have purchased CoPilot in numbers, and we are trying to go through the whole deployment, adoption phase, planning, all of those things, and they're like, "Hey, so what is researcher?" And we're like, "No, it cannot be. That cannot happen, right?" So you need to make sure you have the right enablement as an offering as well, as you roll out and deploy Copilot. Identify champions. If you have here at Microsoft, that's what happens when we look at what Copilot can do. Right, as you're learning new ways of leveraging Copilot, make sure that those findings are surfaced well, they're shared with everyone, and they're celebrated as well, right? So I would really encourage your partners to, even internally, to celebrate these champions. And then finally, put the right metrics in place, right? So that's very much required, so that the Copilot adoption also sticks, right? So the key to make this repeatable is not going to be like a one-off workshop, right? So, but like a simple motion that the customers can move through in phases, and with confidence. So yeah, I think that's what it should look like. So if your repeatable engagement does not include the last two pieces, like enablement, adoption, and measurement, I think you're going to leave the return on investments to chance. So yeah.
Excellent. We have another poll here. Let's go ahead and launch this. I think it's how do partners feel about CoPilot? Just curious here. We're going to have my, here we go. As a Microsoft partner, how do you feel about, that's exactly what it is. How do you feel about CoPilot? This is going to be good. A, game-changing opportunity right now. B, valuable, but still early. Niche, use cases only, not sure yet. Kind of interesting to see this. Okay, game-changing opportunity, valuable. Okay, look at that. That's interesting. So we've got, oh, there we go. 50, 40. Hey, okay, so it's this is good. This is good. I think this is we're understanding that there is value here. We're understanding this, right? Niche use case only. I think that's, now this would have been different a year ago and even 2 years ago, right? On that, but that is great. Thanks everybody for doing that, for voting on the poll. Really do appreciate it. Now, I think Jason Price says, yeah, Microsoft has a great user enablement framework to drive sustainable adoption. That's awesome. Thank you very much. All right. Our next question here is really around, I think, didn't skip around. What should a partner measure to prove adoption is working beyond licenses sold? Do you have a quick response to that?
Yes. I think, again, a great question. I would say, for any customer, for any partner, if you treat CoPilot as license and stop at that, I think that's pretty much it. You will not get anything. Do not expect your team to do wonders, right? It's definitely beyond license. So I would say, again, I'm going to go back to my 3 things framework. I would look at 3 things primarily. First, are people, employees within the customer, within the partner, wherever, are they using CoPilot regularly, right? It has to become a habit, almost second nature, so that you see how you can get value out of it. Second, is it helping them to do real work faster, or better, right? So there are multiple things that you can look at. How are they saving time? Like drafting emails, following up on XYZ, getting and analyzing a huge spreadsheet to get insights out of it, and which I would love to show you a quick demo on. right? And those kind of things. So is it helping them? That would be something that you would want to definitely make sure that you are measuring. And then third, I would say, how is this translating into your business result, your business outcome, right? So is this translating into a faster turnaround, better customer service, higher conversion for your sales, right? So measure that as well. So the key, I would say, is not to track everything. Just pick a few measures that match the use case that you've started with, right? So measuring your usage health, your work output, and then these two put together, your business outcome. I think that's pretty much going to be.
Okay. I'm going to launch another poll here. This is kind of cool. What are some barriers from customers? What are some barriers from customers when selling CoPilot and connected service? I'm curious what the group here is. It cost budget concerns, security and data privacy concerns, change resistance, competitive confusion. This is actually pretty good information to get here. Cost budget concerns, okay, look like that. Look at that, that's awesome. Security and data privacy chart, okay, fantastic. So while we do this, since we got about 8 minutes left, I'm gonna go ahead, next month, just a quick thing on next month, and I want you to do the demo here. So let me go ahead and bring up, just to make sure everyone knows who our guest next month is. We're gonna have actually Justin Sheedy, who's a longtime friend of mine. Hold on a second. Whoops, I went too far. Justin Sheedy, and we're gonna be talking about a practical path to winning and serving nonprofit customers with Microsoft. So super excited about that. We're gonna have him on there, so please make sure that you come or tell some of your other folks. We actually have Microsoft speakers lined up for the whole year. We've actually going to have 11 out of 12 months as Microsoft speakers, so we're just so proud of it, and thank you. But Sanju, would you like to go ahead and do a demo? I'm curious. Let's go ahead and try it. And if it doesn't, look, demos aren't always perfect, right? We all know this.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and try it. And if not, we got 1 or 2 more questions we can get to.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me do this. And before I bring the sheet, just one thing I wanted to call out again, Sherman, is let's not make this too overwhelming for your customers or even internally within your partner organizations, right? So, because when you look at, when I look at that poll and I saw change resistance, I mean, that is a real thing. Budget, of course, it will always be the case. But change resistance, like making sure that, people ease into that, is very, very crucial and important. Even here at Microsoft internally, while we have been using this for a while now, it was kind of a little too overwhelming for us as well when we looked at agent, when we looked at Studio, saying that, hey, how do we build agents, right? So you might want to treat customers, look at where they are and then tune your approach accordingly. Don't just dump everything on them. It might be a little too much. All right, so let me now do this. I'm going to share my screen. Let me open my Excel sheet first, and I'm going to share my screen. We'll try and do this within a few minutes. And like I said, this is my idea. Sherman was like, you really want to do this? And I said, yeah, I would love to. Can you see my Excel sheet, folks?
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm looking forward to this.
All right, okay. So let me first tell you what I did here. This is all dummy data, right? So again, I used, if you look at this, 500 order, 540. So we have 540 dummy customer names across the products that they purchased. And I just had Cowork, our agent, build this dummy data within a minute. I said, I'm going to present. I want dummy data with geographies, with the revenue, just put random numbers in, all of that. So this is the dummy data that we have for this exercise. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to while you have all of this information in here, I want some rich insights. All right. Imagine that I've exported this from my BI, from my dashboard. I need some rich insights to come out of this, because guess what? I will have to go and present on an MBR in the next 30 minutes. What do? I open CoPilot. I just put the prompt in, and by the way, I created the prompt. Right? You can just say whatever you want this to do. Prompting is definitely very, very important as well. Make sure that you have a prompt coach for that. So if you want to say, I need rich insights, just go to the prompt coach, open your prompt coach and say, hey, I need rich insights. Flesh an awesome prompt for this that I can go and run with my CoPilot, and it'll give you a great prompt. So this prompt was derived from the prompt coach, and then I just hit run. So this is live. Let's see, it might take a few minutes, but it will very soon. What it will do is it'll start sharing those insights within the Excel workbook, right? So if you haven't seen it yet, if you haven't used it yet, try this today, right? So it will create another tab. It'll add a tab, real time, and it'll put all those insights there. It'll put insights here in this window as well, right? And it'll pretty much give you all that you need, and then doesn't stop there. You can go back and forth with it. You can ask for more. You can say, hey, you know what? Add another tab with this view, right? Or take all of this and build a PowerPoint for me, right? Build a presentation. It needs to have 7 slides that I can go and present. It'll get that done as well. So it will take a couple of minutes, but what I can do is I can keep the screen share on. And Sherman, if you, I know we have 2 minutes left. Let this be on. Let's because this is live, right? I want to make sure that the audience see what the magic that it can do. But if you had some other questions, okay.
Yeah.
So do you see this? It's.
Oh, check that out.
Yeah, so it will start fleshing all the insights in here in this tab right away. And I recorded a complete video of this as well this morning because my internet was a little choppy. I said, okay, let me record a video too. But there you go. Do you see this?
Holy crap. Holy Moses.
Yeah, so all of this, right? All the insights, and it's just building it. All the insights are in here in this tab. And, it has also given you an exact summary that you can just take. You see the right pane here. So it's given you everything. It's also called out for some hidden gem insights that you can go and talk to your execs, right? So it's giving you some recommendations as well. And then some visualizations. You want to add visuals, you can do that. It can create a tree map for you. So you can just say that, hey, you know what? Create a tree map for me. I'll just say tree map. There you go. Right.
And look at
so
the visualizations too. The visualizations.
So color code. It'll create that graph. It'll create the graph and it'll put it here. So I'm just saying tree map. I need a tree map. It'll put the tree map somewhere here. All right. Or whatever you want to do. If you wanted all of them, you could do that. And then finally, you can just export this into a PowerPoint and be ready for your review. So I think, yeah, I love going live with demos because, yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. And there you go. This is where it's building that visual as well. But yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, everybody. Hey, so thank you everybody for coming today. I know we're at the hour. Sanju, thank you so much, man. This was fantastic, brother. You did a great job. You really shared some great content. We're going to go ahead and send everybody a follow-up with the link to the video. The questions that we didn't get answered to, don't you worry about it. Next month, please, if you wouldn't mind, everybody, forward this calendar invite to any of your other colleagues or peers or whatnot. We'd like to grow this as much as possible. That's the only thing we ask from you. We don't do this. We don't commercialize this. The only time you actually hear us talk about ourselves is usually in the very beginning, right? Is that little tiny commercial on the very, very beginning? It's not commercialized. So really appreciate your time, your effort. You're here. Thank you again for coming. Sanju, man, dude, blow it out of the park. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the opportunity, Sherman. Thank you so much. And thanks, team.
All right, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Take care. And thanks for coming to the Voice of the Microsoft Partner. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Have a great weekend. Thanks. Bye.